Hello and welcome to 3 Minute Game Pass. I'm Nathan, and today I'm going to tear up this Game Pass game is with your time and bandwidth. And just so you guys know, I am a serious gamer who only plays serious video games. If I even see a cell phone with a game on it, I throw it directly into the garbage disposal, not serious enough. But oftentimes I ask myself, when is there going to be a game serious enough for me? Serious Sam 4 is an Xbox and PC cross-release, but it doesn't cross anything, Chivos or saves or otherwise. It is a Series SX only game, and the game lasts about 8 to 11 hours. So what exactly is Serious Sam 4? Well, it's the latest installment in the Serious Sam franchise, a series that started all the way back in 2001. They are essentially first-person shooters with an emphasis on the insane amount of enemies and weapons, and just general mayhem and carnage. Think of it more like the old Smash TV games than a retro boomer shooter like Doom or Quake. Serious Sam 4's story is pretty much nonsense, with aliens invading yet again, and Sam and his A-team of weirdos going out to doing all sorts of ridiculous damage to them with a wide assortment of goofy weapons. The real meat and potatoes is Serious Sam's shooting, which thrives on spawning literally hundreds of enemies to rush at you, and having a wide range of enemy diversity a la Doom, which forces you to prioritize your targets. The shooting is overall pretty basic, with some guns needing to be reloaded and others not, but you can dual wield any weapon in the game. Yes, anything from pistols to miniguns to chainsaw rocket launchers can be equipped in both hands, leading to even more maximum gibbitude and carnage. Sam and company will fight their way through Western Europe, blowing up screaming headless suicide bombers, scorpions with machine guns for hands, and all sorts of other crazy-ass enemies until finally taking down the big final bad alien himself. There's also a very light upgrade system that you find skill points throughout the world that apply to it. Basically, all it does is let you equip more weapons in dual wield or improve your melee. The basic loop is walk down a linear path, get locked in an arena where it spawns waves of enemies, kill them all, go to the next arena, lather, rinse, repeat. There are optional side missions that you can do if you want, which also lock you in arenas and have you kill stuff, but you get additional weapons, and that's pretty much it. It's a fast-paced shooter where backing up and circle strafing is required to stay alive against its hordes. So what do I like about Serious Sam 4? Well, it's a great turn off your brain and just blow stuff up experience if you love mass murder and seeing gibs fly. It's got that weird kind of primal catharsis of just blowing up a bunch of baddies. The new enemies to the franchise are also a welcome improvement, as are the new weapons, and being able to dual wield everything is genuinely awesome. And lastly, while the story is just nonsense, I do feel like they finally nailed Sam's character. He's constantly cracking dad jokes and trying really hard to be cool, but self-awarely he's a bit of a goof. It works a lot better than him trying to be Duke Nukem. When it comes to the bad, technical issues are first and foremost the biggest problem with this game on consoles. It has performance issues across Series S and X. They did just patch it, so it does run at least a little more consistently on the Series S, but still, it's not hitting 60 consistently. And the game also just looks old and has a considerable amount of bugs, including texture pop-in, object pop-in, the game crashing, visual draw distance problems. It honestly looks like an early Xbox One game with almost no dynamic lighting. I don't understand why a game that looks this dated runs so poorly. Additionally, playing on controller is pretty bad. We have established how weapon wheels and weapon swapping work and what those buttons are, and Sam just kind of does its own thing. Additionally, the dead zone aiming is absurd. Use the auto aim if you're playing on controller. It's really too generous, but it's the only way you're going to be able to enjoy this game. And lastly, core gameplay itself hasn't really evolved since 2001, which, while it's entertaining for a bit, the lack of evolution is barely noticeable and can make the game come off as repetitive and tedious. As you know, rate games here on a 3-point scale: must play, maybe consider, don't bother. This is a maybe consider with a big chunky asterisk on it. This game looks dated and runs poorly on consoles, but it's still dumb fun, but you're going to have to look past all those problems to find that fun. I really enjoy this franchise. I have a bit of a soft spot for it, and it runs fine on PC, but if I'm being completely honest, this is a hard sell to people that aren't already fans of the franchise. But if you can look past all the technical problems and simplistic gameplay, this is still a fun, stupid shooter, as long as you don't take it too seriously. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and go out there and enjoy Serious Sam responsibly.